If you'd like to see how I'm going to transform these slides I got from Five Below into these lovely blingy fabric embellished Gucci slides, keep watching this video. Hey YouTube, so today in this video I'm going to be embellishing these little $5, I guess they're called pillow slides from Five Below. So I had some gold chain, I have this Gucci fabric which I have available on my website, myroyalradiance.com, this beautiful trim that I got from AliExpress. And what I'm going to do is start off by cutting out my fabric. This is a 9 by 12 inch sheet of fabric. And I have the fabric on my website. Buy 3 sheets of fabric, get the 4th sheet free as a gift. And it's a random sheet. So you don't get to choose it, but I have some very pretty fabric. And it's all different colors, all different designs. And you're bound to like it most likely. So I'm just going to cut out a cute little rectangle. And I'm going to use some Bob Smith glue. Before we start, because I almost forgot, we have to prep the slide first, just like you do with the Croc or any other rubber shoe. I'm using a drill I purchased off Amazon. If you don't have a drill, what you want to do is use some sandpaper and then wipe them off with alcohol. Now what I'm doing is I'm not using the Bob Smith, I'm using my last bit of this E6000. I'm going to use Bob Smith later on, I guess. I can't remember, but now I'm going to add the fabric now that I have the shoe prepped, because actually I forgot and I couldn't figure out why the fabric wouldn't stick. So that's why, if you're wondering, well, why do I need to prep the shoe? Your fabric will not stick, and anything you try to stick to the shoe won't stick because of whatever factory finish, like it's like some type of gloss. So what I'm doing is just holding on the fabric until I feel like it's sticky enough to let it go and move on to something else. Look at this, it's so pretty. It's like these beautiful pebbles and rocks and rhinestones and hints of glitter. It's so pretty. I was like, this is so busy. I don't know what I'm going to use this on, but I'll use it eventually. And when I held it up to this fabric, I was like, wow, it's like basically the same set of colors. And it's busy, it's bright, it's so pretty. And I just thought it would be so good to use. Now, I did have kind of a hard time trying to cut through this because it's like literally colorful rocks. But I made it happen. And plus I had some really sharp scissors. So I'm using this E6000 again. Now it's purple. It's in a purple container, or I guess bottle, because it's the one that's quick hold. So this one cures a little bit faster. So it works pretty good. I just wanted to use it and get it out the way because it wasn't that much left in there anyway. So I'm using that. But you can also use Bob Smith, but I just decided for whatever reason to go ahead and use the E6000. So I'm just holding this on, but they have like some really nice little clamps you can get from the hardware store or Home Depot or Dollar Tree. You just put the clamps on to hold things in place so it doesn't start sliding around. So I just kind of held on to this for a moment, and it's looking good already, actually. Now, this chain, I don't know how many feet or the length of it, but I purchased this for about $9.99, probably about a year or two ago from Amazon. I have it in silver as well, but I used gold for this because it just went better. Now, these little chains, this didn't cut through the metal, but I bent it, and once it opened, I was able to pull it apart. So I'm just going to make sure it's flat and make sure it's the right length before I go ahead and add the glue. So that's what I'm doing, just making sure it's nice and flat. I had these pearls, little trim stuff, and I was just putting it on there just to see, but it didn't look right. But if you want to use pearls or however you want to, hook yours up, feel free. Now, this is on the busy side, but as you can see, I only used 3 things, I didn't even add any rhinestones, but that cute trim had enough going on anyway. Now I'm adding my line of glue across this front area to have a nice little trim with the chain. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure again that it's nice and flat, because once you pick it up, it kind of gets turned around, and you don't want it to be turned around and then try to untangle it while it's laying on there in that glue, because then it'll get messy and cloudy. So I'm just taking my time and making sure it's like on the very, very edge. For 2 reasons: because it looks better, it's a more finished look, And then if you look closely, you can see like the edge of the fabric. So you kind of really don't want that showing. So I'm gonna just gently place my finger on it to press it in place, but you don't want to have too much glue because it'll ooze through the chain. But look at that. It's looking pretty good. So I'm going to come on to the right side of it and I'm going to add some chain. I'm not going to add any on that inner side because I just didn't feel like it needed it. So I'm just going to make sure everything is secure, and then we're going to move on to the side. So again, I'm just making sure that I have the correct length, and I'm just gonna start at where the fabric is because I don't need to put it on the side of all that beautiful trim over there. It just has so much going on. I didn't feel the need to put the chain back there. So again, I'm just bending open the metal chain here so I can just pull it apart. So that's my way of like cutting the chain, so to speak. So I don't want this to like slide down or like be difficult. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to tilt the shoe. I'm going to put the glue on first. And once I put the glue on, then you'll see me tilt the shoe to on its side, because I felt like it was a possibility that the chain would like slide down, and I didn't want that to happen. So I thought that it made sense to do that. Now I got a little extra glue on the shoe and I was just trying to wipe it off. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, and I'm using a wax pickup tool, if I didn't say that before. I have those available on my website also, myroyalradiance.com. And my hand is blocking it, but as you can see, I have the shoe on the side and I'm just carefully placing this here, and I'm making sure that it lines up with the other chain going across the front like this. See? So this shoe is pretty much finished. So now I'm working on the second shoe, and I'm basically going to do the same thing I did to the first shoe. So just keep watching. So I glued down the fabric. I think I may have cut the fabric a pinch too short because it seemed like once I added the trim, it was like a little bit of the back of the slide showing. But it's okay. I just had to lay it a certain way so it wasn't obvious. But next time, what I could do is, I guess, right on the back of the fabric and just kind of cut along a line, or have like a slight measurement. But I like to kind of like go through things and like eyeball it to a certain extent. So I'm using the Bob Smith glue now because I think I was just out of my E6000 at this point. I'm adding both of them, but it's pretty much done for. As you can see, I have tape around it because with the metal bottle of glue, once you start squeezing it, after a while, it gets a crack in it and then the glue starts to ooze out every time you squeeze the bottle. So sometimes I end up having to tape it up, if you're wondering why I had tape on it. So again, I'm just trying to work on my placement with this really pretty trim. And there was like a piece that was kind of hanging on the side of it, but don't worry because eventually I did like cut that off. I just wanted to get everything placed on first. So another alternative, I was just thinking, if you don't have trim, don't worry about not having trim. So if you have some pearls or if you have some rhinestones, you can definitely trim it that way. So if you don't have the chain or that fancy trim, I wouldn't worry about it. If you don't have that cute trim with all these cute little colorful pebbles or something like that, I wouldn't worry about that either. What you can do is just use more of the fabric, and then maybe if you have some type of patch you can put on top, or you know, there's so many different ways that you can do these. And what I really like about this shoe, I felt like this floral Gucci fabric which don't forget, I have this available on my website if you're interested, myroyalradiance.com. Free shipping. The thing I like about this fabric, I love the way it matches the actual slide. Like, it looks almost identical to like the background color of the fabric. It's just so cute. And these slides are actually very comfortable to be $5. So that's a plus too. And you could wear these out to like maybe, you know, the beach. You can go on vacation with something like this. I don't think people would think or even know that you spent $5 on them. And then just added, you know, a little bit more money to them to make them look so pretty and customized like this. So I'm almost finished and I'm going to show you some different angles of them. Just keep watching. Okay, you guys, here is the final finished result of these Gucci inspired Five Below slides. They were $5 and I just added some fabric and I added this really pretty trim and I also added some chain to it. 3 things, that's it. This didn't take long at all. I think this is great for those of you who are beginners with crafting and who really don't want to take like hours of just putting rhinestones and pearls on, and you just really want to get started and just test the waters with your Crocs or your slides. Me personally, I think this is a beginner friendly DIY. I really think so, because these didn't take as long as it does when you're adding all the other stuff to it. So I think these turned out really cute, and you don't have to have a very, very expensive shoe, especially if you're getting started out, because these were $5. Now I know that they do have like Gucci slides, and I think they start at about $300, but you can add on to your Gucci slides, or you can buy some Gucci slides if you want to, or you can go for a more inspired, customized look like this. If you're not into Gucci, I have many other different colors and designs of the fabric available, and I think these are just so adorable. I don't know, these are actually my size. I think these are like a 9-10. I don't know if I'll keep these for myself or if I'll gift them to someone. I don't know. They're really, really pretty. But thanks you guys for watching this video. I really hope that you did find this video helpful. If you can, share it on Facebook or send it to someone who may be interested. Thank you so much for watching this video. And subscribe if you want to. If you decide to subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. And Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Website myroyalradiance.com, and we do carry faux leather inspired designer fabric for your crafting needs, luxury inspired croc charms, as well as iron-on patches and much more. Enjoy the coupon code MyRoyalBeauty10 off. Check out our website, crtacticaldefense.com, where we do sell in-waistband gun holsters, belly band holsters, and many more. Please check out my discount code VIBES for a special discount for my subscribers. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Life is a Whole Vibe. Thanks again. Bye-bye.